Good morning. How's everybody doing out there today? I'm just sitting out here on the deck this morning, enjoying this beautiful, beautiful weather and trying to think of what do I want to talk about today. So, I thought, you know what? A few days ago, I had posted about business ideas, or where do you get your best ideas? And some of you said, for me, I get a lot of mine when I'm in the shower. It's so funny. I'm not in there very long at all, not at all. But I always seems to get really good ideas in the shower. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I have a really great idea. And so I have a little notepad there by my bed. I also carry a little notepad in my purse, and I'm trying to get out and walk, and some of you had mentioned that walking, you get really good ideas when you're walking, some when you're driving in the car. I know on trips I get a lot, or if I'm out doing something by myself and I'm not listening to my personal development, then I'll get some ideas there. And that's a little tricky because you're driving, and usually what I try and do, what I've learned, is if you don't write those ideas down, they come in an instant, but they also leave in an instant. And you think that you're going to remember them, but chances are you're probably not going to. And the reason that I want to talk about that so much is I want to share some experiences that I had early on with business ideas. One of the things that God really blessed me with is the ability to generate business ideas. I mean, ever since I was a kid, I can come up with a gazillion really great business ideas. However, there was a problem. Can any of you guess what my problem was? I mean, in fact, one of my marketing professors told me one time, he said, Nancy, he said, we could implement one of your business ideas every day for the rest of your life and never get them all done. Amazing, right? So what's the problem? Anybody out there? Can you think? I've got a million great business ideas. In fact, most of them are $1 million ideas. But what was my problem? I didn't have a way to execute, to do anything with them. I didn't have access to money to fund those really great business ideas. I didn't have the connections. I didn't have any of that back then. This was before the internet. Now there's lots of things that you can do, especially with the internet, to try and bring your idea to fruition. Another thing that seems to cause a lot of people issues is they're so scared that somebody is going to take their business idea. And I don't know if you're like me, but there's been several times where I've had a really great light bulb moment. I've had a really great business idea, and I wasn't able to do anything with it. And a week, a month, 6 months down the line, guess what happens? I see somebody doing my very business idea and making a ton of money off of it. Talking about heartbreaking. Oh my gosh, yes, it just makes you mad, it makes you angry. They stole my idea, and it wasn't that they knew me, that they stole my idea. It was simply the fact that I didn't do anything with that idea. So really, whose fault was it? It was my fault. Nobody else's, but my fault. And one of the things that I fought some of my business professors with is they saw that I had a gift for business ideas. I mean, buddy, I was a business idea generator. Truly, truly. They should have had connections that they could have put me in contact with, right? And we should have been able to execute on some of those. Because back in the day, we wasn't making very much money. I didn't have access to any of that. We was, in the military. And I just, I had a gift and nowhere to use that gift. So it was really sad. So one of the things that I wanted to put in place through our Eagles group, and for those of you who may not know, is I've got a group of entrepreneurs from around the world, and every week we meet, and we started out, we called it Lunch and Learn Zoom Fridays, and that thing has evolved through the last 3 years, And now we do a lot of things. And so I want to share this with you because you may not realize, you may not have a tribe of people on your side. You may not know what to do with your business ideas. You may have a really great business idea. If you do, I'm going to invite you to come join us on the second Friday of each month. This is where we hold our masterminds. This is where we come in here, we brainstorm, we flesh out business problems. If you've got a problem that you're facing, and sometimes you're so close to it that you can't see the forest for the trees. You've been beating your head against the wall for so long that you just can't see a solution. And sometimes having a fresh perspective is really all you need. Other times, you just want somebody to bounce some ideas off to see if maybe you're on the right track or you're going down a rabbit hole, something like that. So there's all kinds of benefits, and if you've not ever been in a mastermind, you're really missing out. Because, when you've got different brains from all over the world, different age groups, ethnic groups, geography, education, all of those things, when you get those people together, it is amazing. You're encouraged, you're challenged, and there's nothing better than being challenged. And sometimes people don't like being held accountable, and that's a problem, right? You say you're going to do something. You told us last month you was going to do something. We want to hear, did you do it? If not, why? The world is full of excuses. There's people that are doers, right? And people who just say that they're going to do things. So we want you to be able to execute. We want you to live out your dream, whatever that might look like. And folks, if you've got some business ideas and maybe you don't want to do anything with them, get on a Zoom with me and tell me about them, and we'll see if somebody in the group wants to do something. We'll work out a deal. Hashtag show me the money. We don't want you to give us your idea for free, but, if we use it or somebody likes it, or maybe you want some funding, perhaps we can help you get some funding for your business idea. You never know. We're only, 6 degrees of separation from anybody in the world? So tell us what you need. Maybe you're just stuck. If you're an entrepreneur and you've took your business to one level and you want to take it to the next. One of the things that I'm most excited about is I've been doing a lot of training with Russell Brunson, and that's the ClickFunnels guy, and Fraser Brooks, social media. And I'm just devouring all that content. Some of it I've done before, and I'm just going back through it and going to revamp and really pay attention and execute on their trainings, because the proof is in the pudding. And there are thousands of people now who have used that training and used the platforms, and they are now in what's called the 2 Comma Club. Anybody know what the 2 Comma Club is? In fact, well, let me just tell you, first of all, the 2 Comma Club means that they have made at least $1 million, because there's 2 commas and $1 million in their business. How exciting would that be? Even for those of you who just are out there after a little side hustle. What if you could leverage that thing and make it work on autopilot? That's what having an online business is all about. You leverage and you put a lot of things in place so that you're not spending all your time working. You're doing what you do best. And so there's the 2 Comma Club. And now they got the 2 Comma X. That's people who have made over $10 million. And now, I believe Russell said they've been in business for about 8 years now. And so now they've got people up on the 25 million. Just on Saturday, I was listening to Grant Cardone. For those of you who don't know him, man, he is a dynamo. And he is generating over $500,000 a day. $500,000 a day. He's into real estate. That's his thing. He has Cardone Capital and a bunch of different things like that. But you can't go anywhere on social media without seeing his face, watching his videos, seeing some of his trainings. I mean, he is just on it. But it's paying off for him. $500,000 a day, not bad. Wouldn't you like to be there? One of the funny things he said is, all you people out there, he's got a jet, and he said, all you people out there that said that, oh, that's just a waste of money, I don't want a jet. He said, it's because you've never been on one. You've never been on a private jet. If you'd ever been on a private jet, guess what? You'd want one. He took his family on this yacht for, I don't know, a couple of months or something last year, and I remember watching him go through that, and again, he said the same thing. Y'all bashing me over going, out on this yacht and having this yacht, whatever. He said, it's because you ain't never been on one. You ever been on one, guess what? You'd want to go too, right? So maybe some of you out there aren't thinking big enough. Maybe you're just not thinking big enough. Maybe you don't even have a business idea yet. That's another reason to come in, Let us help you explore what your talents, your experiences, what are your passions. Let's see how we can turn those ideas into a side business. Some of you may be needing a way to make ends meet. Times are tough. The recession is hitting everybody. I don't know about you, but, I watch my budget like a hawk, and I know where every penny is going. And one of the things that just kills me is how much money that I am spending on groceries. Can you feel me? Anybody out there? Our groceries are just absolutely outrageous. And, we had one of the probably hottest months last month, and my electric bill, gosh, it went up about $100. And the water bill, our well is kind of messed up right now, so Rob was using the regular water to water his plants, and even though he's got a special thing out there, our water bill went up about $100. So it's hitting everybody. This inflation, not recession, I'm sorry. Inflation. Good grief, I used to teach econ, got my words mixed up. Inflation means the cost of goods and services have just gone up tremendously. So, I guess the bottom line is if you've got business ideas that you think are viable, do something with them. If you're not going to do something with them, don't sit on the idea. Give them to somebody, discuss them with somebody, and ask them to help you transform that business idea into reality. Turn that into some money for you. Don't just sit back and do what I had to do for years and years and years and lose out when, with the internet and all this, 6 degrees of separation, there's somebody out there that can help you. Now, sometimes we might have to be honest with you and tell you we don't think that that's a good business idea, but maybe if we could tweak it just a little bit, then it might be a viable business idea. Or maybe it might be just a portion of a business idea and not really a solid business idea. But whether it's a product or a service, products are super easy. And affiliate sites, I don't even know if you even know what that is for some of you who might be wanting to start an online business. And I'm really focused on online businesses right now simply because I want the laptop lifestyle. I want to be able to travel, I want to be able to go anywhere, and I want to be able to run my business off my laptop and not necessarily have to be anywhere at a certain time, at a certain place, unless it's online where I can do that. Because, I think I shared with you, I've got my mother living here, and we really want to do some traveling. So I want to make sure that whatever it is that I'm involved in, I can just take my laptop or my phone and I'm good. So maybe some of you are wanting to do the same. So start thinking in terms of what could I sell, whether it's a product or a service. And the affiliates are really easy. Find a product that you really love. You've got Amazon out there. You can set up a store really easy. They've got a lot of reviews where, you can go deep on a certain topic. Find something that you're extremely passionate about. Ladies, if you love clothes, figure out a way to make money to support that habit. If you like purses, focus and specialize in purses. There's a million gazillion ways that you can make money online, but where are you going to get those customers? In a sea of a billion people out there on the planet, How are you going to get them to know about your product or service? That's going to be for another video, but there is a way to do it. And I have been doing a ton of training to try to make sure that I'm up on the latest, greatest. But anyways, again, I just want to invite you, if you've got business ideas or you know anybody that's got business ideas, tell them to contact me. Send me a DM, message, call, whatever. If you're on my Facebook feed, you have a way to get a hold of me. And let me invite you to our next mastermind, which is coming up on the second Friday of October. Now, if you'd like to learn a little bit more about it, I'm going to do a little info session this Friday at 11:30 on Zoom. So if you'd like to join in on that before we get started in October, because we're starting a new series in October in our mastermind, reach out and I will get you a link for you to join us this Friday from 11:30 to 1. Again, my name is Nancy Gaskins, and I provide a lot of platforms where entrepreneurs gather to connect, partner, and profit. And so if you're an aspiring, emerging, or seasoned entrepreneur, I encourage you to join one of our Lunch and Learn Zoom Fridays. We have a Wealth Builders group. We've got a networking lead generation group. We've got the masterminds, and we've got professional development. And that's where we learn specific topics. So every week of the month, we've got something going on. For some of you interested in that wealth building, I have a revenue sharing royalty rewards program where I offer 80% of any revenue generated off of any of my platforms for those who support me in my endeavors. So you can just watch over my shoulder and earn while you learn. Well, I'm going to end it today and go for a walk and get some exercise. So y'all have a fabulous day.